Okay, right here I'm going to show you our wall drills, okay? So this is the very beginning of when we're going to teach how to get into acceleration. So this is our positions, and these are the major cues and foundations that we're going to have whenever we teach this to everyone. Okay, so take the things that we learn here and then just use them. Yeah, you're good. And just use them. You're good, thank you. You want to say hi to the people? Sorry, it's coach. What we can use right here is take these lessons into the rest of our acceleration, okay? So first things first is we're going to find our lean, okay? So we have a lot of athletes that will try to have a false lean. And what I mean by that is if you ever watch athletes run, there's a big misconception in sprinting that your head has to be down, your chest has to be down, you have to get low. And what happens is whenever kids do that, especially when they come out of the blocks or they come out of a three-point stance or an athletic stance in general, then they wind up leaning forward with their body and they don't get with their hips. And if we have this position and we break at our hips, we can't get full extension of our glutes. We can't run like this. What happens is we shorten our steps and we wind up getting into a circular motion. And acceleration is the first 1 to 4 steps from a stop motion. We want to get into from a circular motion where my heel comes up to my butt into a punch motion. Boom, right there. It's almost like I'm sweeping my heel off the ground. Boom, attack. Boom, attack. Boom, attack. That's what acceleration is. So we're going to teach acceleration patterns through the wall motion, okay? So I'm going to find my lean. So that means instead of leaning with my head and my chest, I'm going to lean with my hips. So right here, I lean forward. Boom. Now I have a straight line from my ears to my ankles. That's the posture, okay? We work on 4 Ps when we accelerate. That's the posture that we're looking for, okay? So from posture, now we look at position, okay? So straight line, ears to ankles, position of my foot right here. So when I come up, you'll notice some kids, they want to stay back here. Some kids, they'll want to come out and they want to overreach. No, I want to have my shins be parallel. They should mimic each other right there. This back heel, I wanted to keep it as close to the ground as possible, maybe even touching the ground for that's dorsiflexion. And notice my back leg is straight. That'll be the very first thing I want you to teach and look at these athletes is that back leg. Watch, a lot of them will not have that position. They'll come up right here and they'll have that knee bent. Or you tell them to extend, now they're extending up and they don't know how to look at my hips right here. They don't know how to get fully extension. Or if they extend right here, now you see there's a natural angle of my hips. So teaching that lean, that's what the wall is so important for. Hips forward, fall into it. Bam, find that position. Leg is straight. Switch legs, bam, leg is straight. Leg is straight. Leg is straight. Really, that's the very first thing that I honestly want you to look at throughout this whole motion. As we get further along, we can progress, we can teach other things. So the second thing we can look at is position. This is what we can do to help with a lot of injury prevention. The push of the back leg extension, that'll help with speed. This will help with injury prevention. So if I come out here and then I have that angle, well, if I come out too far in front, that means I'm gonna land out in front of me. 1, that's a braking force, so I'm slower. 2, my hamstring is now lengthened and it's at its weakest position. And if I have to pull my whole body with my hamstring to go, that's how we get a lot of hamstring strains and injuries. So by teaching that foot to hit that right position, boom, now we get into our third P, which is placement. I'm able to place my foot onto the ground in relationship with my hips, okay? So don't get too confused by this. Just remember the two cues I've given you so far is back leg straight, our position, our legs are parallel so that heel stays behind my knee, but my knee stays out. And then the third cue is our position where we strike. Don't worry about this right out the bat, but we want to strike behind our hips. This will allow us to push as far forward as we possibly can. You'll see some kids that are a little bit weaker and they can't hold this position, they'll strike right underneath them. And physics teaches us every force has an opposite and equal reaction. So if I sit here and I strike straight down, immediately my body wants to pop up. In acceleration, we want to go as horizontal as possible. So we're looking for, you'll see your fastest people, best sprinters, boom, boom, boom. They're striking behind their heel, whereas your slower, less strong of athletes, they'll be underneath their hips and they'll look more like this instead of boom, 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 boom. Start to try to notice that, but like I said, as long as we get extension of the back leg in the beginning, that's the main thing I'm worried about. That is the wall drills of the foundation of what we're teaching. Now the drills are super simple. Right here, the very first one should just be position and stick, switch, 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 right here, switch, switch, boom. That's position and stick. You can have them fall forward on their lean and just have them do this multiple times as we can learn to find that position. And then a one tap is off your clap or go. So if I'm the coach, I'll play both roles here. Right here I have my position. Go, 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 go. You'll see that it's on cue. That's one tap. Two tap, now it's just one leg going back and forth. We're adding a little bit more speed, a little bit more dynamic, being a little bit more dynamic in this. Two tap. Go, 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 go. Now we have three tap, or you can just go to unlimited. So I'll show you three tap first. It's just alternating. Go, go, go. As three tap, and unlimited would just be as far as you want to go for as long as you want to go. Those are our wall drills.